good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Of course, Bip Phil. And today is not plumbing with Bip Phil. As you can tell by the title, it's in debt with Bip Phil. Obviously, 25k in debt during COVID. I just want to tell you my story with the hope that no one ends up in a position like I was in. Debt is serious, so don't play with it. Make smart decisions. But this is how it goes. So anyway, let's get into it. As you guys know, in 2020, I lost my train of thought then. But anyway, so I had to move to some new scenery because we had a fan downstairs that we had to get escorted out. So now that's been dealt with. We shut the doors, barricaded in, so there's no one going to come and disrupt our conversation here. So anyway, where were we? So 2 years looking for an apprenticeship, out in a new place, a new environment, not knowing what was going to happen next. I took out some loans I shouldn't have took out. I think some for 6,000, 7,000. But instead of keeping them to sort of keep me ticking over, I ended up spending them on stupid things like nights out, clothes that I didn't belong in, whatever stupid things you could imagine. I racked up myself. I even bought a chain for £2,000. I don't know why, but it happened, and it just ended up racking up this massive first 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, and then 25,000, and these things start to spiral out of control. And I didn't believe that these things would cause me massive problems in the future, in the long run. I was just doing it because it felt good at the time, and it came back to bite me. So during this time of looking for an apprenticeship, I sort of sheltered it, brushed it under the rug, basically as if I thought these things won't come back. Brushed it under the rug, didn't think about it. Anyway, I had no job, looking for an apprenticeship, praying for better days, saying put me in a good position so I can actually show my worth, show my skills. The first setback is I got an opportunity, I jumped at it to go work with a guy. Worked with him for a day, come back, he said, some people can do this job and some people can't. Some people are built for it, some people aren't. I sort of looked and I thought, well, what's he trying to say here? And I took it too personally, to the point where it upset me. But the upset sort of brought new thinking, meaning that I thought, well, who's he at the end of the day? He can't tell me what I can and can't do. Let me put my head down to it and let me get on with some work and let me prove to myself whether I can or can't do it. I'm not letting no one else tell me what I can and can't do, which I'm thankful for that, because that pushed me on and gave me greater confidence to force it, So I started looking for this apprenticeship. I was thinking about getting back into playing football on Saturdays just to earn a little bit of income. Started getting fit, injured. My body just couldn't keep up. So I just focused solely on getting this apprenticeship sorted. Again, lo and behold, the things you pray for always come to fruition. Every night I was asking, give me an opportunity and I'll take it. Don't let it be that I don't get the chance, And many people don't get the chance, but when it came, I prepared myself. I went into the interview confident, and I told the truth, what I was looking for, what I wanted, and I set it out on the table. Again, that doesn't always guarantee a result, but I set it out on the table before them. And thanks be to God, I got the job. I got the job, and I was absolutely over the moon. If you'd have seen me, I was running up and down the house, screaming, happy, on my knees, saying thank you. Just it was such a relief to get to a point where, after that 2 years of hell, what I managed to get to a point where I actually had an opportunity to prove myself. And that's all I needed. That's all I ever need, an opportunity to prove myself. So, anyway, we're getting to this point. It's around November 2019. Get this apprenticeship. In December, I get told, well, it should be starting in like March. So during that time, I had like 3 months to sort of find stuff to do to get income. So I started working for a taxi rank, which you do. And if you heard anyone say, oh, your taxi will be 10 minutes, and it wasn't 10 minutes, I was responsible. I apologise. But worked for this taxi rank. They gave me all the overtime I could ask for, saving up money. Obviously, this debt was still there, but I completely forgot about it. In my head, I said, you know what? When I save all this money, I'm going to get a Range Rover SVR. Now, don't look at me crazy, because those cars, that's my dream, to get that car. You know, that was my dream. As a responsible adult with children that you have to take care of, these things have to come first before the dream. That's why you have to prepare correctly in order to be able to set things up in the right time. So the dream couldn't start because my credit score's dreadful and I'm 25k in debt. So I had to start with a plan. My plan firstly had to be to get rid of the debt. As painful as that may be, there's always consequences to things that you do in the past. So all the money I'm working for in this time, it's solely to pay off the debt. Anyway, I'm working for this taxi rank, all the overtime I can ask for. It's going really well, I'm working really hard, and I feel like I'm actually starting to make some progress in terms of moving towards cancelling these debts and knocking them out. So I worked for them for, I think it was January, and then March came. And in March, I had got stung by a big amount of money I had to pay out, £2,000. And that was all I'd actually saved. So I had nothing else left. And then like literally minutes later, hours later or something, I got rung by them to say that we can't continue your contract. We have to let you go because there's not enough business because of, I think, COVID. So all of that came in at once. I tried to chase up my apprenticeship to find out when I'd be starting because I needed to start soon. I didn't have no work. And at that time, there was nobody could start due to COVID, obviously, which ruined everything. But like I say, I stayed positive. Yeah, so I'm a firm believer in everything happens at the right time, God's timing. I was just reminded there again that I'm in control of absolutely nothing, and that's what we're starting to learn quite clearly. So it's like almost like a message was being put through to me. So eventually I sort of sat back. I said, whatever happen will happen. If I get a job, if I don't get a job, it's fine. The news was promoting that there's no jobs, everyone's getting sacked, and a lot of people were working or staying at home. Nobody really knew what was going on. So I just stayed quietly confident that things would work out, and I ended up getting a job. And what a job! Working 3 to 11, doing maintenance on the telephones again, and I can't thank this company enough because they helped me out a great deal during a time when no one was getting jobs. They provided me with an opportunity to earn money and give money back to my family, you know. So I can't show this company enough gratitude. Fantastic. So anyway, I got this job. I'm happy. I'm learning. I'm moving forward. I'm trying to build my character, mental strength, and just build myself up so I don't end up in the same problems I was in. So started working, putting all the money away, as much overtime as I can get, and then I get some fantastic news. I'm going to be a father once again, and the world is going to be able to benefit from my beautiful children, yeah? So anyway, I'll get a second job. I'll go work in a warehouse, and again, fantastic people. I learned some Polish, I learned some Russian, some Gujarati as well, some Urdu. So I was learning it all. I was really learning it all, and then also spending time with some good people, laughing, joking. I think at the warehouse, I used to drive up every morning. I used to be listening to some church music, some Bob Marley, some James Brown, whatever it was. And I'd come in and I'd be singing it all day. People start singing it with me. What else did we have? We did a Bip Phil's yoga session. We did all sorts. I had a lot of fun there. And yeah, so I was working 6 till 2, 3 till 11, trying to sort this out. This is a sacrifice I had to make myself. And then tragedy hit. Yeah, big tragedy. Obviously the child had is not coming anymore. And that was a big loss, because you plan for these things, you work for these things to happen, you put things in place for these things to start to build, and when it's snatched away from you, it's not nice. It's not nice at all. More so obviously for my partner. Tragic, but again, you're not promised anything in life, so we had to think about it and said, well, I can't stop because I've got children now, and if I was to stop now, then it'd bear consequence on their life, and I can't take that. So it forced me to start going back and checking on my faith, reading the Bible, and there was a passage from Paul where he says we're like treasure in clay jars. So like he's talking about like suffering and pain and all that type of stuff, and he was going through a lot of it. He said that even though we're in despair, we're not perplexed. Even though we're broken, we're not destroyed. And I thought, what an attitude. I carried on reading. He was talking about, because the things of today, they're small in comparison with what's coming in the future. So rather than focus on today's problems, I focus on the future. Because the things of today will pass, but tomorrow will be forever. So I thought, well, yeah, he must be talking about like the problems of today are going to soon become into something greater later. So I said to myself, you know what, I'm going to get up to go for work, put a smile on my face, and just pray to God for strength and just continue on. So I went back into work, smile on my face, even though deep down there's a lot of disappointment. I tried to push it to the side and forget it. And went back into work, focusing on the process, building my character and making myself stronger internally. I got up and got on with it. This is about, I think it was April or May. Everyone's still in a lockdown, and it were quiet roads, which sort of built the right type of environment for me to start growing and actually start learning things. I went into work, big smile on my face. I started doing things like Bip Phil's yoga, all sorts, man. We were having a laugh, a proper laugh, while enjoying work and enjoying speaking to people. Because again, we're all sort of one together. So I enjoy speaking to people. We had loads of jokes, but I think the most important thing during that time was that I learned that the body in general, it's fickle. People come and they go, have no choice in the matter. You can be sick at any time. Life tomorrow's not promised. So the process I started with to sort of help my family and get out of debt and deal with the consequences started to become much larger, much broader. Because I started to see, well, if I'm able to overcome this type of stuff, maybe somebody else is struggling and needs help, but that means that I'll be able to tell them if I go through it first. So I went through it for that purpose. I started having a lot more gratitude for life. I'm wanting to help a lot more people. So one of the things I did, I'll show you a picture of it, but I shaved my head off, my hair, it was all gone. First I did a joke when I shaved straight down the middle, so I had like the onion peel look with the hair coming out the side with nothing in the middle. Then I shaved it all off. Felt like that was removing the pride from myself. I gave all the clothes I had away to homeless people in Leeds City Centre. So if I was wearing Gucci, that's because of me. I had to humble myself because I was getting out of control really. And all these scenarios and problems are starting to humble me. I gave all the stuff away. Started from the bottom. Didn't want to be recognised for nothing. Started from the bottom, and sort of bald head, looking obviously like a sexy Malteser, of course. And started from there. Went into work. Just with a new attitude, just wanting to learn. Just doing a lot of things, and obviously that was from May, July, August, and then up to September, and I was just giving a lot of stuff away, and that gave me a lot more gratitude. And in September, I think it was August or September, the opportunity come up again. I was going to be a dad again, but that turned sour. I had great confidence in it, but again, it turned sour. So I got up again in the morning. We went again because we have to have something to complete. And we went again. And the next time something like that happens, I'll still attack it with confidence, because I can't allow it to break me or destroy me or us as people. And we'll get on it again. So This is now getting towards September. I'm getting closer. There's a date being thrown out for my apprenticeship. Get in. And yeah, so they give us a date of October the 5th to start. So I'm excited to start. I left the warehouse job. Don't work there anymore. I had to say bye to some great people. And yeah, a new process was starting. So from then up until December, I think. December actually managed to get to my target and pay all the debt off, which was great. Then I got to that point and I sat down and I thought, well, without that type of year, would I be the sort of person that I am today? Would me and my family have changed as much as we have done? And through the pain, through the frustration, through everything, we grew. And now I used to have a confidence, which, especially when I was playing football, which was based on how I was playing. So if I was playing shit or crap, I wouldn't have any confidence. And that's fickle, because that means that whenever things are going well, I'll be confident, and whenever it's not, I won't be. But now I have faith, meaning that when times are tough, I know I'll overcome it with a big smile, and I won't allow these things to stop me from going forward, or stop us from going forward. Yeah, man, so that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Obviously the video wasn't meant to be for sympathy, so because I can't do anything with that, but if it could help someone, anyone, share it with them. Like I say, that's my main purpose behind making this video, for the betterment of people, if it helps them. And yeah, that was my journey, like the things I used during that time. Of course, to God be all the praise. Jesus is my guy. But he gave me purpose, so I feel like now it doesn't end here. We keep going. Obviously with the money I'm saving now, we're not spending it on bottles in the clubs. We're not buying no chains, because obviously I've learnt my lesson now, until we're financially set. Because obviously nice things is good, but it has to be in the right time. So spend wisely, yeah? But of course, like, we're going to be getting some more content out. My credit score obviously went to pot because of it, which you've seen. And we're going to be building that up and hopefully getting onto the property ladder, or maybe something else. Who knows what comes up? We're doing the research at the moment. The purpose I have mainly behind it is to help people, because again, without doing that, I don't feel necessarily great or happy. There's a bigger purpose for my life, I believe, than just satisfying my own stomach. So if I can use this to sort of help people, then that's what makes me happy anyway. And through this situation, as a family, myself, we grew a lot more gratitude. I'm very grateful for my subscribers, my family, further outreaching people who wish me well, and even people who don't. I have more gratitude now, so again, you'll always see me smiling. The other thing is, stay humble, of course. I was forced to be humble, and this is what happened. I went from Balenciaga shoe to this thing here. But oh well, we'll come back soon. But yeah, yeah, man. I just said don't be discouraged in anything you do. And also watch what you're listening to as well, because I felt like certain people, maybe not meaning to, they always give maybe some wrong advice, like that encourage you to stay in a hole. Try find on YouTube or wherever you can find it, people who've gone through similar struggles to yourself. I believe that may help, because obviously they will know exactly what you're going through, or similar to what you're going through, and listen to them and see how they overcome it, and pick little pieces out, little keys out to add to yourself, so eventually you can pull yourself over the hill. And then by then that's your story now, so then you can pass it on to someone else, which is a great thing. I've got a board here full of secret information that I look at every day on a daily basis, to try and remind myself of my goals and my targets of what I'm trying to do. As always, the squad, whatever you guys are doing, good stuff that you're doing, you know, Bip Phil's backing you, of course. And yeah, man, I just pray for you all, that you all succeed, and everything you do, you don't become discouraged. And yeah, whatever thing's coming, you smash it to pieces. So yeah, that's over and out. Big Phil, of course. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something from it. But yeah, peace.